is an up-and-coming force in the spoken word poetry community. He is the co-founder of Non-Applicable Media Entity, or NAME, a multimedia collective. He's performed at Long Island University, the City College of New York, the Bowery Poetry Club, and the Inspired Word. Put your hands together for Christopher J. Graves.
Yeah.
Clap it up, Christopher J. Graves.
Before this, I was a river. A rolling tear wept for my father, forgotten by his children. How do you define arrogance? A labored fist rose and clenched, bruising deep, like the words of a newborn, cursing the womb from which it was robbed. Why did you fuck me here? Like my brethren, why did I not end up in the pucker of a latex? Was the hush of the vacuum too soft for your ears? Why did my condom break? Do you remember? You were mid-stroke as she called out your name and released as if on cue so that the proud of ancestor would hear the sound of rebellion. You fucked me here, and in your arrogance forced me to scribe my name into the loose pussy of a whore on her way back to reality. The high always ends. Before this, I was an anchor. Before this, I was a guardian. Before this, I was a griffin. Before this, I was time. I, God's gift, bearing Christ, watching you as you fucked, you as you wept, you as you made me a man. Contaminated conception was not a sacrifice I planned on making in this century, but I am here and I do not remember the voice of the Maker. In a world that took 6 days to create, God's vacation has demanded more of him than the order of the cosmos, and you fucked me here. There was once a way back home, but the way is shut, and you do not remember what you were before this. How many of us remember what we were before this?
Yeah.
I found God in the floorboards. His heart perspired the beads from his brow, blessed bedrock to pearl. He was working. Like father's hands opening first-year birthday presents, or father's hands inspiring mother's vocal cords to choke. His words the only sound left over. Woman, where do you think you are going? I found God in the attic, working with mother as she indulged in the archaic practice of negligence. He was working beside her, all tears and foreclosure. Beside her, life is a used car. The mileage, it is all about the mileage, she said. I found God on the roof, planting my prayers in the crotch of rain. I am getting your house in order, he said. I found God on West 134th Street in Harlem, where love and hate bred surrender, where my warm bed bred miscarriage, where depression bred the night, where I wrote nights dispersing sorrow through page, my pen drowning in the Harlem hooch, jazzing the schemes of the midnight children, the clave of the attic, the trumpet of the roof, drinking mother's wisdom, wearing father's hands. I am getting your house in order, he said. Beneath the floorboards, God is working, and there is dirt beneath his nails.
Right.
I found her at the road, all angles and elbows, the rest crouching as eyes dripped new water. Bifocals and beliefs bending as she rubbed hands back to dust, the elements of undoing, the air undressing. As the corsets of clouds set mountains to crumble, is it lust to desire a beginning? Beers for casket prepped, mourners sat on both sides of the aisle. The pastor preached damnation. And the fact that most of us will reside westward of Abraham's womb, carving hell's brimstone. Who said the Tower of Babel was started on land? The elderly shifted uneasy. The children sombered to sleep by daydreams. We marched in place as the four corners of the woman I found rested on our shoulders. We were taught open caskets were insults to the living. We veiled her behind the guild of cherry wood, confident the cankerworm had consumed what time she had known. I would find her again, perpendicular to tombstone, all angles and orchids, the inscription. Rest, young mother, find your God, and keep your children from beyond the veil.
Here.
In my dreams, I am a king. Wrist to nape to broken skin in the fringe of my line, king. Remember me when rain falls, drops waxed by lazy color on fields where blood and grain falls. Awake, I seek camouflage. Chains or suits befit my guile-colored skin. Needs camouflage. Again, in my dreams, I am a king. Wrist to nape to broken skin in the fringe of my line, king. Remember me when rain falls, drops waxed by lazy color on fields where blood and grain falls. Awake, I seek camouflage. Chains or suits befit my guile-colored skin. Needs camouflage. One more time. In my dreams, I am a king. Wrist to nape to broken skin in the fringe of my line, king. Remember me when rain falls, drops waxed by lazy color on fields where blood and grain falls. Awake, I seek camouflage. Chains or suits befit my guile. Colored skin needs camouflage. I will walk down to the franchise chicken box on the corner of 125th Street and St. Nicholas, where the same crackhead will open my door and ask me for change. I will look into his eyes and ask for the same. In the summertime, I will walk past down the stretch, past the drummers, in front of the Adam Clayton Powell building, to the site of street vendors selling civil rights speeches and slave paintings to European tourists of franchise soul. But let me inquire unto them about their wares, and they will tell me that I have lost mine. Gil Scott Heron once sang, "My brother ain't got no job," and I thought of you. Finding your vice and employment between the legs of beings that were anatomically female but had no faces. And I thought of you. Mother swiping your WIC card, leading a conga line of illiterate children walking on Jordan Air, and I thought of you. And to tell the whole truth, I thought of me too. A walking contradiction amongst my own people as I walk through the Mecca of black thought and innovation, while only the cops and tourists walk tall with their chests out, while we walk with hearts as always our waistlines sagging like a hope for a better tomorrow. I work toward the day when we will no longer have to chant, "Yes, we can," for we would have done so already. Gentrification holiday smeared in a makeup of white and black. Where do my roots lie? Perhaps this is it. We have moved past a racial segregation to an economic division, integrated as people in a class system, leaving one question to be asked: what shade of green is your bank account? Walking, talking, and laughing, but this is not enough. Working, screwing, and crafting, but this is not enough. What is left for me here? What have my parents left me besides this clasp lock I find on my loins, forcing them to drop into the dirt, mud, and vice of a cold world? I remember the first girl I spoke to in college was a Russian beauty. Defined face, big boobs, and a tight white girl booty. Is it too much for me to say that her blue eyes inspired my pen? And so I wrote. But it was too much for those I called my brothers and sisters. You see, walking, talking, and laughing was enough. Working, screwing, and crafting was accepted. But establishing relationship was refuted, as if love and intimacy were to stay within the confines of my own blackness. But for my own, I felt no such thing. I would later find love in the arms of women thick-bodied and mocha grown. However, at times I wondered, had I stayed with Lana, would my soul have grown in the small part of my soul that hums nigger, coon, darky, ape, slave, groid, jigaboo, jungle bunny, kaffir, spade, and spook, but only I am afraid. As I listen to the Negro spiritual singing, go down Moses way down in Egypt land, tell O Pharaoh to set my people go, let me free. And it is then I take the keys from my heart and set my loins free. Sometimes I wondered, had I stayed with Lana, if I would have appeared to my peers smeared in a makeup of white and black. There are no places to weep. Our bled rhythms underscore, drum through stereo, headdress, address my people with iron and coffle. There are no places to weep. The cracked concrete we travel set feet from balance, brothers lower waistlines to compensate, pulling on the moon for position and posture, their ropes dragging the sun, the yoke of stars about their necks, summon a sea of shadows. I sing, brother, the universe has come back for her pearls and your soul along with it. There are no places to weep. Standing dark, black maps legend our doom, while shielded monsters graze the fields of our lives. While shielded monsters graze the fields of our lives. This specimen of life fails to warm our bones with reasons to move beyond our street corners. Scarring the night, our hearts barely stone suffer the jagged edge of color. Mothers counting the corners of the cross mourn children too young to bear their names. There are no places to weep, for where we hide, we are.
Here.